We want to go now to Helsinki and CBS This Morning co-host Norah O'Donnell, who is heading up the network's coverage of President Trump's meeting with Vladimir Putin. Norah, in this interview and really throughout the week, the signals that the president has been sending seem very much at odds with his own national security team.
You're exactly right, Margaret. This is a historic summit, and you hear the president's top national security advisors urging publicly and privately a more hawkish tone towards Russia. And yet President Trump continues his solicitousness towards President Putin, even once in the past couple of days saying that perhaps someday he could be a friend. When we've learned some interesting details about this meeting, I spoke with a top advisor to the president just this morning who said that one-on-one meeting with President Putin is scheduled to last about half an hour. It could even be longer than that. And President Putin has met with 3 previous U.S. presidents. Never before has there been a private meeting of this kind before. So this would be unprecedented.
And we know so many of the president's advisors admit they don't really know what happens when the president gets in the room because he decides his own agenda. But what are the expectations on what they're actually going to talk about?
Well, the president told our own Jeff Glor that he has low expectations, but that there might be some surprises. It's funny to hear him say that because there are incredibly high expectations by everyone else in the world just about what they're going to agree to in those private conversations. We know that President Putin has a lot on his agenda that he wants accomplished and that he wants from the United States. So after that meeting that they'll have together, there'll then be sort of an expanded meeting that will include their top advisors. President Trump will be joined by his Secretary of State. He'll be joined by his Chief of Staff, John Kelly, as well as his National Security Advisor. Then they may get into more specific substances. And then I think, Margaret, the only way for us to find out what was discussed in those meetings will be a press conference. And the U.S. has now confirmed this morning that there will be a joint press conference between President Trump and President Putin. If you look at what President Trump did after Singapore, it lasted more than an hour. Can you imagine such a long press conference between these 2 leaders and what they will say about the state of their relationship, about what Russia has done in the past to our elections, what they're doing now in terms of trying to attack America's democracy and our cyber infrastructure. So I think that's what we're all looking forward to is what exactly comes out of this meeting, whether it's a spectacle or substance.
Norah, thank you.